This is my world, and this is my close-up.
This is Jack Wilshere, and he's only just begun. Many players have bounced off the Arsenal production line and gone on to great things. But in Livewire midfielder Jack Wilshere, the Gunners may have one of their finest yet. From first-team fringes to regular starter, Wilshere has exploded onto the scene this season. Only just turned 19, this is a young man on the start of an amazing journey in football that began in his infancy.
I was really young. I think I was 4 or 5, around that age. I was kicking the ball around. Obviously, probably I wasn't aware of it, but I was always kicking the ball around from a young age. I mean, my dad being a plumber, he's always played football as well. When he could, he was always playing football, and he still plays now. So I think it's from my dad. My mum's side of the family always played football. My brother still plays, and my sister played. So there's always been like football around the family.
At the age of 5, Jack Wilshere began to play against 8-year-olds, and not long after, his ability drew some admiring glances.
I was playing for Luton, and I think the ref was a scout for Arsenal. And after the game, he approached my dad and just said, "I'll come along to Hale End and have a training session," and went from there. Yeah, I think I decided on the last day that was available whether to go to Arsenal or Luton, and obviously I chose the right decision.
Progressing through the ranks, Wilshere drew comparisons with fellow youth products Liam Brady, but it was a while before he truly believed he could match the Arsenal legend.
When you think about it, it don't come till you go full time and you're getting used to like the routine and that. I mean, like thinking back, I mean, things just came naturally. Like when I was 12 and that, I was always quite good with the ball. But when you get to like 15, 16, you start going full time. That's when you realise, like, this is what you want to do. I mean, getting compared with Liam Brady is an honour, really. Like I've seen videos of him and he was great. But to be honest with you, as I get older and that, I'd rather be myself. Yeah.
Training with the first team at the age of 16, Wilshere was given one simple instruction: watch Cesc Fabregas.
You just learn like off the ball. You look at him and he's always looking around him, finding space and when to play one touch, just things like that, his defensive position, just little things like that. I think definitely there's still a lot more to come from us, and I mean, to play with him is just great. It's a dream, and with Nasri, it's perfect. Like the way I play, I just fit in, and it's perfect to play with him.
At 16 years and 256 days, Wilshere became the youngest player to appear for Arsenal in the Premier League.
No, I mean, it's brilliant when the boss told me to warm up. Even if he tells you to warm up, you never actually think at that age, "Oh, I'm going to go on." And I see him calling me back. I think I wasn't really thinking at that time. And then afterwards on the bus, I mean, there was like on Sky Sports News saying, "Oh, Wilshere's the youngest player." It felt so good, like, to be a part of Arsenal's history. It was amazing.
With records come expectations, and Wilshere has been given advice on how to cope from another prodigious talent, Theo Walcott.
Yeah, it was great. He's like, I think he looks at me and thinks, "Oh, I've been there." He's always talking to me. He's great, and he's like, he's had probably one of the most like ups and downs. He's been to a World Cup and hasn't. So he's told me you can expect ups and downs, and just deal with it. I think the hardest thing for especially for a young player, is the consistency. And I think the boss was always telling me that I'm doing well, so I'm happy with my consistency at the minute. But you have to maintain it, and that's the hardest thing.
After some solid showings, Wilshere was loaned out to Bolton for the second half of last season. The experience sped up Jack's development, and Fabio Capello took notice, capping the youngster last August.
At any level, it's a dream come true. And that's probably the highlight of 2010, like running on the pitch, when coming on for Steven Gerrard at Wembley. It was great, and that's every player's dream, to play for his country, and I'm just so honoured I could do it at such a young age. I think it's important not to sort of think about it, like you said, and just keep going, and then maybe at the end of the season you think back and you have to pinch yourself to know you like playing in the England team. You know, two months before I was in the England team, I was watching him in the World Cup, so definitely I have to pinch myself sometimes.
A fan himself, Wilshere turned to Twitter in a bid to bring himself closer to supporters, and now boasts a healthy following on the social networking site.
Started off like one a day, and then all of a sudden I just kept going, and the more followers I got, the more I was tweeting. And in the boys league they give me a stick that I'm always on it, but I think it's important, and I mean there's other players on it as well, and we all like to stay in touch with the fans.
While Wilshere seems like an overnight success to some football followers, his rise to prominence is the result of a life of hard work and dedication.
There's sacrifices that I had to make when I was younger and that, and like going to HLN after school, straight from school, my dad taking me. To be honest with you, I owe a lot to my mum and dad, and that there was always like sacrificing things. My dad finishing work early, and there's, like you said, you think you can drive every car, but it's hard work, and you come to training, and especially with the fans that are expecting us to deliver, so there's a lot of pressure, but definitely this year we think we can repay them.
The future is a long way off for Jack Wilshere, but he's focused on leaving a lasting legacy.
I'd definitely like to be an Arsenal legend. I mean, I'm happy at this club, just signed a new contract here, and I want to stay here for the rest of my career and become an Arsenal legend.